I think we live. I think we live. I think we are live. And when I tell you everything went wrong this morning. I was like so close to just wrapping it up and canceling this bad boy because I couldn't get no equipment, nothing to work right. Did an update on the don't do updates on your computer, especially if you do YouTube. Everything goes wrong. But all right, we are back in here. We're back in the building. Thank you to everybody who's here. Appreciate each and every one of you. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it. Let's get this thing started.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
Hold up, hold up. Hold up. We in here. We in here. Man. When I tell you everything went wrong this morning, and that it's practically a miracle that I am on the air. It is practically a miracle that I made it onto the air. like to thank everybody. Like to thank all of you for all of your patience. I saw some people sat there and waited the whole time while I was late, while I was getting things together, getting things in order. Things still ain't even all the way ready. I don't even got the mic on me. All right, let's get the mic up so y'all could hear me. All right. Shout out to everybody that made it in the building bright and early. Appreciate all of you eclectic agitator in the building. Says truth, freedom, health. Absolutely. Absolutely. E Capone in the building, dropping 5 on it bright and early. Let me do a sound check of all the things that went wrong. Okay, the sound is working. The sound is working. One of these days I'm gonna have a staff. One of these days. Oh man. But shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate all of y'all. E Capone in the building, dropped 5 on it. Justin March in the building, put his last $2 on it.
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
Shout out to Uneducated Lame. Says it's too early, but I want to be drinking whiskey during the grown man hour. Salute. Let's get it. I used to drink whiskey on the air during the show. I used to do that when I had my previous setup. I had whiskey. It was whiskey right behind me. So yeah, go on and get you one. I'm on the coffee. Hold on. Let me reach my cup. I'm on the coffee bright and early. But no. But sometimes, special occasions. It's a celebration, but just you got to break out some early morning drinking. But but no, I feel you. Too cool for school in the building says I vote. GC comes up. No, GC is all look. Game Changer is always on deck far as I'm concerned. Always on deck far as I'm concerned. I'm probably gonna just start sending him the link right when the show start. Cause yeah, I love when GC come up. Game Changer be killing it. Game Changer be killing it. My mic is all not right. The mic is all not right. But what's going on? Salute to everybody. This one is titled. I mean, I got the Super Bowl halftime show in the thumbnail. I'm going to be talking about Mary J. Blige, talking about how she supposedly couldn't pay her rent because of the alimony. She was broke over the alimony, and that's an interesting development. One thing worth saying, alimony is only in, I think, like less than 10% of divorces. So it's not something that we all will, have a problem with. Not something that we all going to go through. Assuming that you get married, we're not going to. Chances are you might not go through that, but it depends. It's give or take. Give or take where you're at. Give or take what's going on in your life, but it's like less than 10%. It's like less than 10% actually go through that. But what I do like to break down is the psychology of it all. We know that divorce laws are not gender specific on paper. On paper. There's no law that says this show happen if a man does this, and this show happen if a woman does this. It's written out gender neutral, but we know how it plays out and how it's quite often practiced, and we know how a lot of women operate, where they, as Jordan Peterson says, they want to they date what did he say, vertical and across or something like that. He used some better words, but it's the age-old thing, and a lot of women will say, they want to be with a man that makes at least what they make or more. They typically don't want to get with somebody who's making less than them. So when it comes to marriage and alimony, is typically something that women are going to end up not having to pay unless they make an extreme amount of money. So the only time that you ever know about a woman having to pay alimony is if she's in a situation like Mary J. Blige, where she's rich and she marries a non-rich man, and she ends up having to pay. And the arguments tend to change. The argument tends to change. He said, "BR with the tic-tac-toe verbiage." I know what you was talking about, but I was like a crossing vertical. Yeah. But the argument tends to change. The arguments tends to change when not just the woman in question, because when we talk about celebrities, we're talking about people who are avatars for a bigger problem, for a bigger issue. That's essentially what we're talking about when we're talking about celebrities. So I always find it interesting when I look at how a lot of women will tend to respond to a situation where a man has to pay out an exorbitant amount of money, and he's worth $1 billion. Well, you had to pay her out $100 million. Oh, that's just 10%. I mean, that's a relatively small portion of his money. They'll say things like that. Then we hear about someone like Mary J. Blige paying out $30,000 a month to a man. Well, what kind of man would want to just live off a woman that he's not even with anymore? $30,000 a month. I'm like, okay, she make $1 million a year. That's less than 10% of the money. The arguments switch up. The arguments switch up big time when it comes to something like that. But this overall is not just about that. I put that in the title, in the thumbnail, when I was rushing, when I had all kind of technical issues. This is an overall weekly wrap up. I do that a lot, where we just talk about we do a wrap up on everything that went on. It's sort of like the Freestyle Friday shows that I used to do that were very listener driven, when the audience more or less picked the topic, so to speak. So we kind of on that, but just as a template that I'll go back on, that I'll fall back on. I'll fall back on this article that was written. Some of you may have seen it. Some of you may have seen it. I'll fall back on this article that was titled, and they go controversial with, I mean, not controversial, I catch you with the titles. I couldn't pay my rent. Mary J. Blige reveals she had to go on tour to pay alimony following a divorce. I will be falling back on that, but we also going to be talking about all the stuff that was going on throughout the week. Shout out to the Crimson Cure. Had an excellent interview with her. I will be trying to do more things like that. I'm going to be reaching out to haven't reached out to him yet. Had never had any contact with him, never spoke 2 words to him. But I do want to reach out to Dr. Tiasan Johnson. I do want to get Dr. Tiasan Johnson on the show. Going to be doing a lot of good interviews like that. I'm going to be doing a lot of good interviews like that. But the show with the Crimson Cure, that was definitely a good one. I forgot what I did on Monday, or was I even on the air Monday? I'm not even sure. But I know I had that show. That we had the show yesterday. That was a doozy that I had to take down. I had to make it immediately private. Had to upload it, put it on the Patreon. Patreon is right there for the Patreon. And speaking of Patreons, I got 2 new Patreons that I got to shout out, but I had to put it right there on the Patreon. I didn't even realize there was some nudity on the show, which is dangerous. You can get your channel taken down for that. So I didn't even make it private. Well, I briefly made it private so I can extract it. Once I extracted the file, I completely deleted it. It's gone. It's gone. YouTube couldn't find it. Maybe they got some technology where they can, but yeah, that thing is gone. That Aaron B, I think you're a Patreon, so if you missed it live, it is on the Patreon. So go check it out. Go check it out. It was definitely a good show. But I didn't even realize that when the whole thing broke out with Tommy Sotomayor and the chick, I didn't even realize that it was boobies flying around. I didn't even realize that. It was blurry, but people who caught it in HD, they say that she was pantyless. They say she was pantyless. It was a few crazy things that was going on there, man, and just the overall reaction to that. See, with me, it's not the crazy thing that happened a lot of times, it's people's reaction to it. And this sort of happened on my panel, and I saw it happening on other panels where they were talking about all the different ways that all the different things he should have done to try to de-escalate the situation. Even when because Fresh, shout out to, man, listen, people be hating on Fresh and Fit, people be hating on Tommy. They had 13K views last night. They are killing it. They are killing it in that whole Tommy Sotomayor Fresh and Fit. That's a hell of a tag team. That's a hell of a tag team. They was killing it. But one of the women on there, she was basically saying, see, yeah, I say she was all the way exposed. I didn't see it, but one of the women on there was basically saying, Tommy, you're the older, supposed to be the most mature, the oldest person in the room, supposed to be the most mature. You were supposed to be able to de-escalate that thing when she wouldn't calm down, when she kept pressing the issue. You were supposed to be able to figure out a way to back out. Okay, it peaked at 14K. Cool. You were supposed to be able to figure out a way to back out, to walk away from the situation, to move yourself from that situation. You were supposed to do that. That's what you were supposed to do as the elder statesman in the room. It's like it bothers me when people keep going there with it, with situations like that. It's like these men are in. These men are running in a damn near $1 million studio. I don't know how much it costs for the studio. They running $1 million platform on their way to 1 million subs, and they make $1 million a year doing that. All right, they're running their show. Tommy is in there on their show, so he's a part of the show. He's essentially like the the special guest / co-host type. He's there. He's there. It's the men's show. The women are there. They're interchangeable props. Okay. They start getting too loud. They start getting amped up. People kept coming up with all the different creative things that the man was supposed to do in order to try to get the women to not be as much of a problem. Oh, well, he could have did this. Oh, well, he could have did that. Well, why didn't he do this? Well, why didn't he do that? They just went through all those loops and even played you're the man, you're older, you're this, you're that, you're blah blah blah. You went through all of that. Okay, well, instead of coming up with all these different creative tricks he was supposed to do, instead of coming up with all of that, why not, when these men who you are acknowledging are in that you're essentially acknowledging when you say that they're in a superior position. Okay, why not, when they say shut the fuck up? Damn, I didn't mean to cuss this early in the show. Dang it. And I'm halfway out of focus. Good enough. That'll work. How about when they say shut the fuck up? The people that tiptoed in high heels with weird contraptions and push-up bras on and with their underwear pulled all between the crack of their butt, the G-string thongs or whatever they got on, and a little bitty dress with that much. they got it's more material in the sleeve of my jacket than what they got on. How about the people that walked in like that? Just shut the hell up when the men say shut the hell up in that situation, in the studio on $1 million platform that they built, that they own. Like, why are we trying to come up with all these cute ways that the guys need to handle it when the women get out of control, instead of just demanding that no, they should be in control? Yes, it's a debate, it's a back and forth. They're going to debate, they're going to go back and forth. When it get too far, when it get too amped up, and the men say, well, hold on, sit down, be quiet, shut the fuck up. Why isn't the response be like, oh yeah, they should just sit down and shut up? They're in these men's house. They're at their business. Their $1 million business. Why? Because what essentially you're saying is that the man in that situation, when she got out of control and she started yelling at him, and by the way, I can't reach it, and I would knock some cords over if I showed you. But those microphones, you can't tell from this mic right here. But the microphones that are like standing mics or sitting mics on a desk. Damn it! I know. I'm not even going to show you because it'll be dangerous. It'll be dangerous if I did. It'll be dangerous just because I got a lot of cords over here that y'all can't see. So if I tried to grab this mic over here to show y'all how those mics actually look, like they're real heavy. It's like the base of it is heavy. It has to be heavy so that when you move the mic around like that, it don't fall over. So the base of those microphones are really heavy. And when she's standing over him with the microphone like this, like she's still talking into the mic, but she's over him yelling at him like I mean, that's the base to those things. That's like they made of like they're heavy. Okay, it's like she got like you go to the weight room and pick up like one of the 15-pound weights. Like you crack somebody over the head with an iron 15-pound weight. Like that's a potential murder weapon, all right? And that's what the base to those microphones are. They're literally weights. They're literally weights. They have to be heavy because they got to make sure that the mic don't fall when you move the mic around. They have to be weighted to the ground. So she holding that thing up. So in that situation, we're telling the man that it's things that he need to do. I say no. I say no. That's not the first thing. Thank you for the correction. It says Myron paid for the whole studio in credit, and they paid it off. Oh wow, in credit, that's amazing. 200 to 250K, they said for the whole thing. Yeah, I can kind of. I mean, I don't know. That's hard to explain why a studio costs that much money, but yeah, studios cost a lot when you're really doing it right, because they know that thing got to be soundproof for real. My little setup is like a little rinky-dink soundproof. Like you could still hear some stuff from the outside, but mics can't pick it up, and people standing right outside can hear me, but mics can't pick it. But you know. But to actually pay that much for a studio, they doing big things. Okay, here we go with the okay. Tommy and that woman knew each other outside that show, and she was mad because she wouldn't do OnlyFans with him. Oh, he was mad because she wouldn't do OnlyFans with him. It's deeper than what we saw. None of that matters. Why she was mad does not matter. What is wrong with ya? Why she was mad does not matter. Why she was mad does not matter. None of that matters. I don't understand this. None of that matters. All I'm saying is that it's just a real simple 1 + 1 = 2 type of thing. I saw a whole internet trying to explain what Tommy should have done against the aggressor. Y'all sound like guidance counselors trying to explain to the weaker pushover kid how they should react to a bully. Like that's how y'all sound. And this is a woman in high heels and a little bitty dress with her titties out and a grown man, but you're trying to talk to this grown man like he's the like he's the weak kid in the situation. And little Timmy, when you encounter a bully, this is what you do. It's like that's how y'all talking to an adult man. Instead of everybody unanimously acknowledging that she should have sat down and shut the hell up in somebody else's house, on somebody else's platform, somebody else's $1 million platform. When she was told to sit down and shut the hell up, she should have sat down and shut the hell up. It should start there and stop there. Grand opening, grand closing. Like, this is crazy. Like, when dudes say that, you give it energy, and you come off like a dude that clearly, I don't even like to go there. I don't even like to go there, but I can't help but say, yeah, you being ran in your relation. Because I would have, I ain't trying to go there. I would have talked like that like 10 years ago. I would have talked like that. Well, he didn't have to raise his voice at her. I would have talked like that 10 years. Yeah, I would have. So yeah. Like, showing your card that you are currently being ran. If you got elementary school guidance counselor de-escalation tactics to get advice to give men when women getting out of pocket with them. A story to tell in the building says, facts, they enabled the hell out of her. She was rewarded for that behavior yesterday. When you say they enabled, you talking about like the Kwame Browns of the world? Shout out to Kwame. I liked what Kwame was doing initially when he got on the scene. But yeah, now it's a whole nother thing right now. There's a whole nother thing going on over there right now. But yeah. Yeah, he let his dislike for Tommy. Well, he just put, we be putting the cape on for some of the worst, most ratchet behavior. That junk is crazy. But Freeman's Journal in the building says black women aren't under any control whatsoever. The only control are consequences. The woman received praise for her actions. Expect black women to act accordingly. Where's that? Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. But yeah, when they act like that, it shouldn't be rewarded. You know, some dude came up in there high and wasn't paying attention during the interview, and they put him out. Nobody gathered around that guy to to try to say, oh man, they was wrong. They shouldn't have did that. They shouldn't have put you out. They shouldn't have, you was all right. No, it was like, dude, you in here messing up the damn show. Get out. Like, but anyway. Anyway, on to the Mary J. Blige alimony, really just a alimony divorce laws topic that I'll get into real quick. Let me check something. Give me a second. Give me a second. Sorry for the dead air. I had to check on a couple things real quick. Make sure a few things were above board. All right. Let's get into it. The weekend is bursting at the seams. Singer Mary J. Blige, in addition to her performance at the Super Bowl 56 in Los Angeles, alongside Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, and Kendrick Lamar, the Yonkers native dropped her 15, I didn't know that, 15 studio album. All right. After performing the lead single from this project, Rent Money, a vibey jam with Harlem rapper Dave East on an iHeartRadio special with host Angie Martinez, she talked about the song's inspiration. She stated that the song was born out of her painful and very public divorce from Martin Kindu Isaacs. The queen of hip hop soul said, Rent Money is about when I first got divorced. I had to give up all this alimony and I didn't have no more money to give because he spent it all. She explained. So I had to go, I had to go on tour and make all the money back to pay the alimony. He got deep up in them pockets. The multi-Oscar nominee says that her fiance were so her finances were so stretched that she didn't have resources to pay for housing. Well, I'm sure that I mean I can't exactly shed a tear when I hear celebrity. I mean, it's messed up. It's messed up because they famous and they sell millions, and then they say, but I couldn't even pay my $15,000 a month rent. Okay, I don't know what her rent was, but still, I mean, sometimes it's hard for me to feel bad because I'll be thinking that y'all expenses is so damn high. You didn't anticipate a divorce coming and taking away all your money, so you had expenses riding way too high. But anyway, I didn't have no money to pay my rent and for all this other stuff. I wonder what the other stuff was. She continued, but it's also a metaphor like I didn't have my soul. I was just drained of everything. So it was time for somebody to pay. Sometimes you just feel like somebody got to pay. In 2017, Blige was ordered to pay $30,000 a month in alimony to her ex-husband. Originally, his lawyers requested quadruple that amount. Yep, I remember that. To help him sustain his lifestyle. Isaac claims that he has experienced physical manifestations of stress and emotional distress from this matter, which has caused him to become hospitalized. The singer's former manager further claimed that he had become unemployable. Unemployable without her financial support. He would be destitute and paying rent has become impossible. Now, I know it's difficult. To separate it. But listen, the things that he's saying is the same exact verbiage. The same exact verbiage that a lot of women use when they're talking about alimony. Even the ones that's not receiving alimony, when they're just defending some celebrity chick, when they're just defending some chick that was married to a celebrity, they will make statements like that. But then when he make a statement like that, and I'll admit, even as a man, I cringe a little bit. Like, dude, like I'm really, nigga. It's like we can't help but cringe when we hear a dude. When we hear a dude say that, we can't help but cringe. But women be saying that all the time. Like, listen, listen to this, man. The singer's former manager claimed that he had become unemployable without. I can see how. Well, no, I can't go there. I'm trying to figure out how he became unemployable because probably he couldn't manage somebody else. Was he managing other artists? Are other artists not going to work with him because he's juicing Mary J. Blige for all her money? I don't know if that's the case, but anyway, he became unemployable without her financial support. He would be destitute, and paying rent has become impossible. It's just listening to this. Hold on. Where was I at? I missed where I was at. And I was very angry when I made that song. I was very angry. And I was like, rent money due, period. She concluded. She wasn't the only person angry. Around the same time as Mary was ordered to pay alimony to Isaac, so was R&B soul singer Toni Braxton, a celebrity wife who was in the same shoes. Designer stilettos. The wasn't man enough for me. I didn't know that's what that song was about. There wasn't man enough for me. Y'all remember that song, right? It wasn't man enough for me, singer said. Yes, I had to pay alimony. I was one of those girls, she stated. It's me, it's Britney Spears, it's Halle Berry, allegedly. I was very, very, very angry about that, but it was because we had an existing prenup and postnup. I wanted to renege. I'm going to be honest. See, universally across the board, they're okay with it, but they get to the point. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't even see the article up. Y'all was just seeing my reading face. Y'all was just seeing me doing like this, struggle reading. I thought y'all could actually see the article, but this is where I bring this home. This is where I bring this home when I show how people switch up depending on who's in the hot seat. I'm gonna bring up an old friend. I apologize for not having this ready. Like I said, everything went wrong this morning, so I'm really winging this show. I appreciate y'all being here. Hold up. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Oh no, I'm struggling bad. I can't find it. Damn it. This was something that I was looking for, that I was supposed to have ready to go for y'all before the show started, but I was doing too much stuff. Oh. Let's see. I got it. I gotta pull up a oldie, an oldie but a goodie, and I gotta make a compare and contrast. How somebody reacts talking about marriage when it's a man in the situation versus how somebody talks about marriage when there's a woman in the situation. I said, take your time, Pastor. I gotta do this. I got to do this. We're gonna skip ahead, and this actually did a video on this a while back. This was some. Man, I feel like I've been on YouTube forever now. It was a couple years ago. Maybe 3 years ago. I don't know, because I started going live in 2020, but I didn't start actually. I started posting pre-recorded content like as early as 2018. So this may have been back then when I did some content on this. So all right, and unfortunately, I got to go fishing for the money shot. I got to go fishing for the money shot in this video.
Whenever she has those kids,
Okay.
it's basically saying no longer, is the relationship going to be riding on emotion, that's whether verbally or with his actions, that he has no interest in saying I do at the altar. Yet this woman says I do, a man being smart, but a woman being foolish. And yes, we do have a lot of women doing that, because marriage was created to make things fair. We have a lot of women doing that.
All right, listen. I want y'all to listen to him right now saying this, and then we're gonna play another video of him responding to Mary J. Blige when the guy was initially trying to get 100K.
That because marriage was created to make things fair.
Remember that statement. Marriage was created to make things fair.
And doing that because marriage was created to make things fair. Because it's a business decision. It's basically saying no longer, is the relationship going to be riding on emotion that's fleeting, that's going to come and go, because the investment or the effects of that investment by one of these people, if we're talking about a traditional relationship and roles played in that relationship, is not going to come and go. It's going to be permanent. Like the woman, whenever she has those kids, whenever she's carrying that child and the changes that go on in her body, we talking stretch marks, we talking changes to her weight that ain't that easy to work off, especially with time constraints. We talking the changes to the way that her stomach looks, postpartum, you name it. These things have permanent effects, especially afterwards whenever she's doing a majority of the raising of these kids. Time, attention, and energy that she could be using to further her career, but she's going to be spending on those kids. That's why even today, people are saying, man, why would you have kids this early in your career? You was just getting started. How are you going to do all of it? You just want to bulk of the work with the kids. So instead of investing into her name, she's for him, even though she's doing the majority of the work, while he's going out, fulfilling his dreams, achieving to the best of his ability, making all this money. So if there's no contract in place, if there's no paperwork in place, then this man making all this money. So if there's no
listen to this part too.
Contract in place, if there's no paperwork in place, then this man could take all of that investment, all of that benefit that's because of the woman, and take that to a whole.
Oh shit! They said all of that benefit that's because of the woman. See, basically, he doing that thing that a lot of them do, where they say that basically, whatever that man accomplished while he's with the woman is because of the woman. That's what he just tried to smuggle in there. But that's not the important part here. That's not the important part here.
Another girl that wouldn't have looked this way twice before he made that come up. So a marriage contract, paperwork, legal documents, that makes sense. It's like going to a car dealership. Like, would you pay cash money for a car and not get a title in hand? No, that'd be dumb as fuck. That'd be foolish, right? And that's
all right. I think we got enough. I think we got enough.
It's not going to come and go. It's going to be permanent. Like the woman, whenever she is basically saying no longer, is the relationship she plays, then it's not foolish. And yes, we do have a lot of women doing that to make things fair. A lot of women doing that because marriage was created to make things fair.
All right. Yeah. Heard his take on that one. We heard that one. We got that one. We got that one. I see how dropping the pander bears in the chat room. All right. Now check this out. It's gonna be crazy, but this is the same person. This is the same person switching up the argument depending on who's in the hot seat.
What's going on, y'all? So I don't know how many of y'all actually heard about Mary J. Blige's recent divorce and all that little situation, man. And, I'm no Mary J. Blige, stan. I like Mary J. Blige, just like the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that Hillary Clinton shit she just pulled and that fried chicken jingle, Mary J. Blige all right with me. But I'm really disturbed about what her husband is asking, coming away from this divorce. In case y'all haven't heard, he's asking for $129,000 in spousal support. I forget the exact number. I think it don't really matter. Motherfuckers asking for what some people aim for, a yearly salary per month in spousal support. This ain't him and his goals of how he gonna achieve and work and earn this for himself. He wants his ex-wife to pay him $129,000. Let me tell y'all something, man. There was a day when men, we were the protectors, we were the hunters, we were the gatherers. We brought home the bacon, we fed the cubs. That's what we did. We fell so far from that standard. We're not only, with everything that's against us or whatever, we're not even just in a position where we can't necessarily pay all the bills by ourselves anymore. Now, we're not only not bringing home the bacon, we're going and trying to steal it out of our woman's fridge. What kind of shit is that, man? And I know some of y'all probably looking at me like, D, you got some strong words. You kind of seem riled up. I'll be honest, I'm disgusted. I don't know this guy personally, and I'm glad I don't. I'm gonna just tell y'all a couple of things that he's asking for out of this $129,000. One thing that stuck out: he's asking for $5,700 for groceries.
Fair use, by the way. Fair use. Even though I've done a lot of reactions to Derrick Jackson, I will give him his credit and his props. He never flagged down nothing, and he had big enough platform to do so. So as much as I be disagreeing with him, as much as we clown some of the stuff he says from time to time, and much as when he had that scandal and that controversy, and he did get clowned around this part of YouTube, I will give him credit. He do not flag down nothing. He let people use his content. So shout out to him. I do appreciate that.
A monthly, who the fuck you know eat $5,700 worth of groceries a month? He ain't got that many kids, and I don't know how many he got, but don't nobody eat $5,791 lobster 3 times a day eating. You know what I'm saying? For $5,000, he's asking for that much, but he's also asking for $8,000 for a private chef, meaning somebody prepared. YouTube tutorials are free to make all of that. You know what I'm saying? You can pull out a Paula Deen, pull up some Martha Stewart shit online for free. $1,000 a month working to do.
I'm trying to skip ahead to the money shot. Hold on.
Oh, he also needs $21,700 need.
Right now, he just reeling off all the different things he's asking for. Homeboy didn't get all of that. I mean, he ended up just getting $30,000. He was going for $129,000. I guess that's that. Start high and then then work your way down to what you can actually reasonably get. But whatever. That's not the important part. I'm working my way to the important part. If I wouldn't have had all these technical issues this morning, I would have had all this timestamp so I can just run through this quicker.
And the last thing that got me was $30,000 in accounting fees. Meaning, not only am I asking you for an absurd amount of money, but I'm gonna also have to charge you for the stress I'm gonna have to go through to count it and to keep.
It's so funny because when women be divorcing these rich dudes, they be saying the same stuff. They be saying the same exact stuff. And then there's some men who marrying rich women and they flipping that game around on them. And his whole rhetoric, and demeanor, everything is changing. Everything is switching up. But it's a wording here that we about to hear in a little bit.
Keep up with it. Y'all, if this ain't the most disgusting shit I've ever seen from a man, and yeah, it is worse because it's a man. I don't care who think it's unfair or biased that I'm saying it. No, it's fucking worse for a man. We're supposed to know better. We're supposed to be doing better. We're supposed to be designed better. We damn sure asked for better. We damn sure said we deserve shit, but look at what we doing. Spousal support. Like, I don't know what the situation, kids. I think I heard something about he was her manager. But as a man, no matter what, your wife is within her operation. Get spousal support for $129,000. Think of what you passing down to the Potepians. Like, judge me if you want, though. It's unnecessary. It's going past petty.
Damn it, I'm mad. I can't find the part where in one video he literally was saying, no, this was designed in order to be fair, to pay her off for blah, 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 blah. But in this situation, he literally looked at the camera and said, man, fuck fair. I can't find the money shot where he said fuck fair. That's what I'm looking for. I'm low-key mad. I couldn't find it. I told you I had my computer rebooted, restarted. Everything was technically messed up, so I had to rush a show. So I don't even got the exact clips ready to go like I needed it. Hold on.
$21,000 selling your money to. And the last thing that got me was for the stress I'm gonna have to go through to count it and to keep up with it. Y'all, if this ain't the most disgusting shit I've ever seen from a man, and yeah, it is worse because it's a man. I don't care who think it's unfair or biased that I'm saying it. No, it's fucking worse for a man. We're supposed to know better. We're supposed to be doing better. We're supposed to be designed better. We damn sure asked for better. We damn sure said we deserve this and deserve that. We want to be the king of our castle and all this other shit, but look at what we doing. We mad at.
What are you talking about when you say we definitely ask for better or say we deserve better? It'd be more, in most cases, women saying that they deserve it all and want it all. It'd be men who be more so on some taking what they can get type of stuff. Now, there's some men who got it like that where they gonna get the best. But when it come to men, sometimes it's a difference of having a sex life or not having a sex life. So Men ain't operating like that. Like the chick got to be completely 100% A1. It's a few that do.
And women for turning away from us. But look at what we doing. Spousal support? What's next? Section 8, child support and shit? Like, I don't know what the situation was while they was married. You know what I mean? They
like how do you in one breath talk about female empowerment and how they making money, how they the most educated and they this and they that, and they're all of that. They fought for they fought to be able to get ahead, but then when the responsibilities come with it, it's, oh well, come on, you a man, right? You a man, right? But no. You if you care about being consistent, you would just say that whole system of how one person could take somebody for close to for $50,000, $30,000, $100,000 a month for a private chef after a divorce. You should just think that's across the board wrong, instead of putting a cape on for it in one situation and then being against it in another situation. That's basically that's the whole idea. That's why we always say feminism wasn't about equality. It was about advantage. It was about advantage. It was about wanting to come up in this particular way, but not have to take the drawbacks from coming up in that particular way. It's equality when it suits them, but dainty damsel in distress also when it suits them.
He may have been a house husband or some shit, taking care of the kids. I think I heard something about he was her manager, you know, but as a man, no matter what, your wife is a billionaire, bro. You still supposed to be getting yours. Whether it's within her operation or aside from her operation. And if it's within her operation, then that means that was your employer. And you know what happens whenever you get fired from a job? When your employer lets you go? Bitch, you get another job.
Wow. How many rich men basically hire their wife, create some organization, make her run the organization, be the founder of the organization? I would love to hear Derrick Jaxn say, okay, that man was your employer. Y'all got a divorce, that means you got fired. I would love to hear him look in the camera and say, that means, bitch, go get another job. No, in his estimation, she deserves half. It's the switch up of the argument depending on who's in the hot seat. Oh man. Car designer Chris in the building with the $20 super chat. I haven't been dropping the clips lately, but what I used to do when somebody drop a $20 super chat on it, I used to have here we go. Drop. Thank you for the $20.
I want 150,000. So we can set out of court right now for $20.
Man, get your
shout out to JC the Conqueror in the building. JC the Conqueror in the building, dropping $2.
These last $2. I'm not gonna lose.
You said salute to Derrick Jaxn a lot better than some others. Not really though. If what he was saying right there was like words, if he said that consistently across the board, to men and women, I would be like, all right. But when you're talking about men not wanting to get taken for what they got, and he say, well, hold on, these laws were made to be fair because this woman put her career on hold, or she was working for you, or she was doing this, or she was doing that. She had the kids more. You were able to grow your career. Her career was halted and stifled because she was spending more time with the kids. She needs some compensation. When you flip that around, where his career was only built on her career because he was managing her, and that's how he was getting his money, working for her. So, anything else that he was going to be doing and building apart from her got stifled. So he wants some payoff, just like the chick. Derrick Jackson looked in the camera and said, "Fuck fair. You worked for her. She fired you. Bitch, go get another job." He'd say that to a man, but then he'd pull out all that word salad when it's a woman in the same exact hot seat. So no. He ain't better than the others. Shout out to car designer Chris once again for dropping that $20 on it. He be pandering. He be pandering real hard. You don't keep that, yeah, like you saying right there. I saw the comment when I was scrolling by. Yeah, there you go. He said, "Keep that energy." He don't keep that energy. Like one of my very first video was of him switching up his argument depending on who was in the. Oh, okay, got you. You said for not striking content. Oh no, yeah, he cool. He cool on that. I always, yeah, I will always give him his respect for that one. I will always give him his respect for that one. He do not be tripping about people using his content. But all right, I'm an hour in. I do appreciate y'all bearing with me because I really was winging this show. I started late. I had so many technical difficulties with none of my equipment working. But I just said I'm about to come on and wing this thing because it's Friday. Make it a freestyle Friday show. But the link is in the chat if anyone wants to come on up and be a part of this thing. Oh shoot, let me get to. Somebody sent me an interesting article, and I don't, I may do. I'll be always talking about what I might do. I may do like a somewhat of an. Nah, see, it won't. Bill O'Reilly, he's making a reference to that. Do it live. It supposedly, allegedly happened where and O'Shea probably did something on this because it's right up his alley to do something on this. Yeah, I know I stay away from the Future and Russell Wilson topics, even though they are avatars for what we talk about in the manosphere. But it was rumored that the Future and Russell Wilson was at a party, and they well, not even rumored. It was. We don't know why they left, but I think they left because they found out Future was performing at some Super Bowl party or something, and they got up and left because of that. I thought that was funny as hell. I don't know how that worked. If you're sitting there with your woman and her ex is on stage performing, do you just sit there and be bobbing your head to them, or you just sit there just stiff? Like, what do you do? What do you do at a at a party with your girl and her ex is performing on stage? I don't know. You're sitting there looking at her like this, trying to see if she groove into the music. Man, y'all got to get out of there with that. I get out of there with that imprint stuff. Y'all don't know. Yeah, I don't even know what the imprint mean, and I don't even know why y'all hell bent on saying that the Future imprinted her. What? Give me the definition. Give me the definition. I mean, granted, okay, it's her baby daddy, but I don't know what to. I listen. We be really far down a rabbit hole in this space with some of the lingo, to where somebody new coming from the outside, outside looking in, don't know what we're talking about, what terms and definitions mean. Like we be really far down a rabbit hole, and some of the stuff I don't even be knowing what it means. It's always going to be his. Man, how y'all know that Russell Wilson ain't just completely just never mind. Never mind. I don't even want to mess with y'all with that one. I don't even want to mess with y'all with that one. Because it turns into a weird conversation. See what y'all are doing, y'all are overpraising. These headphones get annoying and wet. I hate headphones. They make your ears sweat. But anyway, y'all are overpraising another man's Johnson. That's I'll say that, and something is weird about that. Okay. Y'all whole argument is that she got pregnant by Future first. That was her imprint. She's obsessed with him. She just got to have it again, and she gonna cheat on Russell Wilson. She gonna go back to Future. It's like, what is y'all talking about, man? It's like at some point, yeah, I do agree that y'all are overselling the argument. Y'all are overselling the argument. When a woman can't pay alimony, a red pill man earns his wings. Okay, imprint is cap. If she was imprinted, she would still be trying to be involved with him. It was some moments early on where she was being kind of when she was, she was all on Twitter talking about how he missed visitation dates and stuff like that, and was all on Twitter talking about child support and stuff. So it was some moments when she was acting like a standard ratchet chick and had a whole NFL Super Bowl winning husband. It was some moments when she was clowning, but Captain Cisco says you need BGS on the show. BGS don't rock with me no more. he duck in every now and then, but it was an incident that took place on my show where shout out to Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic treated BGS with a lot of disrespect, and BGS haven't been back since then. So yeah, I'm trying to remember if I reached out to him to be on my show since then. I can't remember if I did. I think I did. He either declined or he ignored it. I don't know. But he'll duck into the chat room here and there. But no, it's no it's no animosity. I don't think. No, I sent him a formal apology because I should have nipped it in the bud and not let Mr. Fantastic disrespect him like that. I give respect to the elders, even the ones who be clowning a little bit. I give them their respect. But no, BGS, I'm cool. I'm cool with BGS. I would love to have him back on the show, but he ain't been back since then. And there y'all go. There y'all go praising. Shout out to Fantastic BGS is the manosphere Negro Dominus. Oh man, we got 240 people in the building. Hit the like button. The link is in the chat if y'all want to come up and have a piece of this. But as I said, you said, no, that's true. They be y'all be overpraising another man's swordsmanship. Like, y'all don't know. Y'all do not know. Man, get out of there. Right? He said Fantastic was right. Get out of there. Man, y'all don't know why y'all no. Like, stop it. It's like the whole Sierra Russell Wilson thing. The reason it became a thing in this space because it was a classic talking point that a lot of us saw. Because it's, was a lot of decent brothers in this space who, did the right thing in life. And, you got yourself together. You're in your mid-30s. You're trying to get married. And what's out on the market? A bunch of baby mamas who got knocked up by some dude who don't got the aesthetic of a Future, but not the money of a Future. He just got the hood aesthetic. It's like, and so a lot of, decent dudes who lived a good life did the right thing, colored inside the lines, and that's what's out on the market. Chicks who want you to come scoop them up, wipe them up after they got knocked up by some hood dude. So Future and the whole Future Sierra Russell Wilson thing just became an avatar of that, where it's a dude who aesthetically looked like your standard hood dude. Future, that's Future. Then Russell Wilson, the golden boy, good boy, wipes up the chick that got knocked up by this dude. That was a talking point in the sphere. A man who got his stuff together with no kids, solid dude, whether or not he should come and be the cleanup man for a situation like that. That was the argument. And good conversation could be had about that argument. And men need to be conscious about whether or not they do that. You did the right things. You colored inside the lines. You got your money right. You want to start a family. Start your own family from the ground up. That's good advice for men. Don't go into an already existing family. That's not bad advice for men. Start your own family, build your own legacy. That's good advice for men. And so Future and Sierra and Russell Wilson, that became the avatar of a talking point. Like, for me, that's it. It starts there. It starts there and it ends there. Grand opening, grand closing. Everything else y'all be talking about, I ain't necessarily with it. Now, if she say some goofy stuff on Twitter about the situation, okay, I'll talk about it. Yeah. If she do something goofy, I'll talk about it. But y'all be going crazy. Y'all be going crazy with it. They were projecting their brand and family income because knowing Future, he'll probably say or do something out of pocket to antagonize them. I'm sorry, I said projecting. See, that's where I can't see any glasses. They were protecting their brand and family income because knowing Future, he'll probably say or do something out of pocket to antagonize them. And next thing you know, headline news reads, Russ and Future almost came to blows. Yeah, Future would have got up there on stage. Yeah. and shout out to my 8th baby mama over there in the crowd. I see you, baby. He would have did something like that. If he would have did something like that on stage at a Super Bowl party where he performing, where Sierra and Russell Wilson is in the crowd. If he would have did that, oh shoot. Oh shoot. that would have been the worst. That would have shut down Black YouTube for at least a week. That would have shut down Black YouTube for at least a solid week. Oh man. Shout out to Theo in the building with the $25 super chat. It says, buy your own PlayStation 5 and play your own games. Don't play another man's save game on on a PS2. No. And look, I was a stepdaddy, listen, I know. I know how it goes. I know how it goes. In many, it's a harsh, brutal truth. In many ways, it's a thankless job. In many ways, it's a thankless job. So I did it. I don't recommend other men do it. Find you a woman without kids, start your own family from scratch, from the ground up. That's the recommendation that I give, even though as a young man, I did that. I did the opposite of that. Even as a young man, I did the opposite of that. But let's see. We got 220 in the building. The link is in the chat. We could listen. If ain't nobody coming up, we can make this a short one. But while I'm sitting here waiting to see if somebody come up, I do have to give a special thanks and special shout out to two individuals who just joined the Patreon. And it is going down. It is going down on the Patreon. It really is. Because I'll be posting a lot of a lot of stuff. I'm actually about to post some more stuff today. I got it set and ready to go. I just haven't uploaded it yet. But the Patreon is finally moving, finally doing something. I'm trying to find the new patrons that just signed up. I don't want to give government names out, so Andrew S, shout out to you. And Lylan G, shout out to you. I don't want to give away anybody's government name, but I appreciate you brothers signing up on the Patreon. Going to be uploading some stuff today, and when I do streams that get taken down, y'all know how that go. Damn, you said Gabe Jackson. He said, yikes, this is painful. The hell is Gabe Gabe, just go. I had to go. I just had enough. I just had enough, Gabe. It's been real, Gabe. It's been real. I got to give you the I didn't had enough. I've had enough. Where's it at? I can't find my boot somebody. There we go. We got to send Gabe packing. We got to send Gabe up out of here. Gabe said protect Gabe at all costs. No, Gabe had to go, man. Listen, when I block you, it was a slow build up. It was a slow build up. You just the trolling just been going for so long. If you have a steady consistency of you just show up just to say something negative at some point, you got to go. You got to go. I had to get Gabe. Up on out of here. It's been real, Gabe. It's been real, Gabe. I used to support the stream. He said they love to start trouble, don't they? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Had to get him on out. Oh man. But all right. We about to wrap this bad boy up. I said what I had to say. I left the link in the chat for a little bit to see if somebody wanted to come on up. But you said, can you have Gabe Wrench? The short answer is no. And the reason you can't have Gabe Wrench because he didn't have one. First, he lost his wrench. then he just got sent packing. And you know what the real I normally don't see when I block somebody. I normally don't talk about them. I normally block people after the show. What really got me with Gabe is he's in other people's chat room trashing me, super chatting. he's sitting there super chatting people criticism of me. Like get the hell out of here. Just go. But all right, I'd like to formally thank everybody. I'd like to formally thank everybody who came out today. I'm happy to make this a short one because I got pre-recorded stuff that I need to get to work on. So I'm about to be dropping some of that later on. So with that said, good people, we are out of here. Peace.